Well, Dean, here we are in Minnesota, just completed the first half of our pre-season tour week. How's it all gone?
It's all gone very well so far. Very hot, very humid, which we'll reap the benefits of when we get back. The lads on the training ground, I must admit, have been fantastic. They've worked very, very hard. There's been some tired legs, some tired minds, but they've got through it. So, it shows that we've got a good group there. We're still building that group because we obviously lost a lot of players at the end of the season. We're bringing some new ones in, and they're all settling in very well.
It's your first one at the club. What does a pre-season look like under Dean Smith?
It's one of hard work, but it's one of getting our principles across very early to the players about how we want to do things, how we want to play, the behaviours that I expect of the players, the standards that we expect of each other, and and what success looks like to each and every one of us. Going away for the week altogether, you're in close proximity for pretty much 24/7, and you learn an awful lot about each other and what makes people tick and what doesn't. But again, it's getting them values over. That's the key thing, and expectations for the season on our standards.
And in a technical sense, what are the key things you'd like to take away from the week?
Well, we'll do a little bit of tactical work. Obviously, there's a massive fitness element to everything we do. The balls have been out right from the very start. I'm one who knows or believes that you can get an awful lot of work done with the football. There's a time and a place when you can, go and do some runs without the ball, but I like to have the ball involved all the time. It's a carrot to the players, and they enjoy the training a lot more when there's that ball involved.
You've of course been preparing for the Championship every year for the last few years. Have you made any alterations now that it is a Premier League campaign you're preparing for?
Only just our standards, really. Our standards were very good last year for the Championship, but if we want to be successful in the Premier League, then our standards have to go up. So there's improvements that we're looking to make as a coaching group. There's improvements we're looking to make on the playing side as well, and that be technical, tactical, psychological, and certainly physical as well.
Plenty of new signings in the building. How have they integrated?
Yeah, really well. A lot of new faces. In football, such a small world that you normally get people who've played together before, and Matt Targett obviously knows Jack. Ezri Konza knows other players just through playing youth football with them, and probably the only one who hasn't probably come across players before is Wesley, but he's settled in straight away. He speaks fluent Spanish, so him and Hotter can chat away to their heart's content, and his English is very good as well, and he's settled into the style that we want to play.
And as we sit here now in mid-July, how would you assess our transfer business so far?
I believe it's been very good. We've got a number of our targets in early. That was important to me. I wanted as many as we could travelling over here to America with us on the tour. I think players that learn a lot more about each other being in that close proximity, as I said earlier. So the business we've done has been very good. Great credit goes to Jesus for that. He's worked tirelessly. As soon as that final whistle was blown at Wembley, himself and Christian Perslow have worked very hard under the guidance of our owners.
Just how much work has gone into the scouting element to make sure we get the right qualities and personalities in the building?
Yeah, very important. I mean, we spoke when I came in about the profiles of the players that I want in certain positions, and we've probably evolved as a group, myself and Suso, learning from each other of what we expect and what we look for in players, and luckily we're very similar, myself and Suso, in the players that we look for.
And how much more business do you feel is required? What else would you like ideally through the door?
Well, there's still some more business to be done. I think there's been reports out there that we're signing everyone. And a lot of the players who we have been linked with, I haven't even spoken about. So, that's just, the nature of the beast at the moment. It's a small window, especially for us, having finished 27th of May and going till the 8th of August now. So, in that short amount of time we've got some real good work done, but we still need a little bit more to be done.
If we could focus on some of the names that have come through the door, like you said, started very early in Hotter, arriving the week of Wembley.
He did, yeah, and that one was always in the pipeline before Wembley. We'd done the groundwork on that. Came to a favourable agreement with ourselves and Birmingham City, with Gary going one way and Hotter coming the other. Player I've worked with an awful lot. He's Premier League quality. I believe that when I was at Brentford, and surprised that he didn't actually go to the Premier League then.
And how about a record signing, Wesley? What did you see in him? What attracted you to him?
Well, with a list of about 5 different centre forwards, but I was really attracted to Wesley from the first moment I saw him play football. He's got that hunger and desire that you see quite readily in South American players, but he's got that little bit of panache as well. He scores all kinds of goals. He can score from outside the box. He can score, 2-yard tap-ins, penalties, the lot. He's got everything about him. And when I first met him, his personality matched what I thought his personality was on the pitch as well. And really pleased to have made him our record signing. And there's no pressure on him because of that. That's just numbers because of the market and how it works.
And just how pleased with you to make that trio of loans permanent in Tyrone, Hamwa and Courtney?
Well, when I first sat down with the owners and Christian and Suso, one of the biggest things was I wanted to retain the core of the team that got us promoted. We've got a great bond, a great team spirit, a great togetherness, not only in the dressing room and with the staff, but with the supporters as well. And I think it's important to carry that on. So they were integral. The likes of Anwar El Ghazi, Courtney and Tyrone. And I think the dressing room was just as happy as supporters were to make all 3 of them happen.
And how pleased are you to have particularly strengthened in defence with Target, Concerned, of course, Gilbert arriving?
Well, I'd obviously been to watch Freddie before, would tracked him. I went on an ill-fated day where he got sent off to watch him. But he stayed on loan there to the end of the season, and very, very good fullback. He's impressing every day in training. The same can be said of Esri. I've worked with Esri before. He's got unlimited potential as a player. He can go and do the lot. He's playing for the 21s at the moment. In my opinion, if he keeps progressing, he can go and play for England one day. That's how highly I rate him. But he needs to go and push himself to do that, and he knows that because we've had them conversations regularly. And Matt Target's another one who's played Premier League football already. Great quality left foot. Probably found himself second fiddle at Southampton under Ryan Bertrand, and now he's come to challenge Neil Taylor for that left back spot, and it'll be a great challenge. I want challenges in all the positions, and great quality in each one.
One other line out of training ground this week, Conor Hourihane, new deal to stay at the club. How pleased are you to see him commit his future?
Yeah, really pleased because he deserved it as well. There's been a lot made of him playing at all the levels, and he certainly deserved that. He was top assist maker, I think, for us last season. On top of that, he scored some really valuable goals for us, none more so than in the playoff semi-final against West Bromwich Albion, and fully deserves that contract, and looking forward to continuing the relationship with him.
And just lastly, less than 4 weeks to go now until the start of the Premier League season. How excited are you? How exciting a moment is it for the club at this time?
I think it's an exciting period to be an Aston Villa supporter. Certainly one that we're all enjoying as coaches and staff here. Seeing the quality of the players that we have here already, but also that we're adding to as well. And we firmly want to make sure we're competitive this season, and have a great deal of respect for the league and the teams that we're going to be playing against, but certainly have no fear in what we're trying to do.
Cheers, Dean. All the best.
Cheers. Thank you.